Víkingur á vorkvöldi vakir yfir ánum, fullþroskaðar fífurnar fellir hann með ljánum.
Hi guys, Matt here, and welcome to my next Matt Plays. This is, as it is very obvious, the Banner Saga. Now, the Banner Saga is made by a studio founded by former employees of a formerly very good game developer, BioWare, who founded, if I remember correctly, Stoic Entertainment or Stoic Studio, something like that. Anyway, and they created Banner Saga, a strategic role-playing game. And I really wanted to let's play it the second I saw what it is about. I bought it over a Humble Bundle, and basically because it looked so nice. I mean, I like this title screen. That's basically why I bought this game. I bought this game because of the title screen. And I opened it because a friend was over, and I was just like checking it out and like, let's see what this is actually. And I immediately loved the style, loved the music, loved the atmosphere. I'm a sucker for Nordic atmosphere. And so I, that's basically why I said, well, I have to let's play this, because lots of these texts are actually not voiced over, so I'm going to read them, and that makes it a more atmospheric play for me, myself, even for me. Now the problem is the sound of the game cannot be regulated. At least I couldn't find an option for it. I can, as you can see here, option. I can turn off the sounds, but I cannot reduce them, and there's no option for it. And since my microphone is very, very silent, I don't know why, but it is. I am going to record this double. One the soundtrack and one the microphone track with the recording itself, and hoping that I can fix it together okay. Otherwise I will try to avoid, talking while there is music playing, for example, simply because that makes it rather difficult to hear me. So I could resume, but I'm gonna start from the beginning. Let's play a new game. The story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. Very typical for BioWare. Former BioWare in this case. So, this is not voiced over, so I'm gonna talk about it. The gods are dead. In their wake, men and giants survived through a 10-year alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep in the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped. The sun. Because Celestia has left the building. So it is Stoic, which is Greek, strangely enough.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli meðal. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
So, see how they light the fires whenever the giants pass? These are the giants, the Varl. See? And you can see them by their horns.
Komið skjótt! Komið í höllina miklu! Skýst ég leifa oss að syngja!
So, I wish the entire tale was in Norse and subtitled. I personally would prefer that.
Hverfið á braut! Engan eigi ég hlut að máli þessu!
Especially since the guys in here seem to speak Norse, and I would like to hear that. So, this is a tactical role-playing game, so I play these figurines. They can develop strength over the game, but as it is, they are all level 1 as far as I know. So, yeah, as we can see, the king in yellow is threatened by the guys in red. So the guys in red have to die, so we get the money from the governor, I think the governor it is, in yellow, the tithe. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Click and drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click the check mark to continue. See again. Loads of dead people. And this is... the guy's just leaning here. Wasn't possible to have another one, yeah? These portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It's your turn to act. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The horned allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here to get him into attack range. Ta-da! To target an enemy, click on the tile on which they stand. Allied tiles are blue, the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking this tile. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon, 2, 5, show the damage you will do to that stat. Strength counts both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to take more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, then confirm your choice. Yep. Bam. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do a little damage against your shieldbanger's high armor. Now it's your Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range for these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By clicking on gold tiles, a character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red, pulsing tiles beneath your enemy show how close you'll have to get to be in range. Move your Warhawk into attack range now. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Click your Warhawk's tile to access his ability. A description of the ability will appear in the tooltips below. The Warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy and then confirm your choice. That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there is only one enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. If the character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest this turn. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shieldbringer won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, while willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain's tile to attack. Click the fist and then the star above the fist to add willpower. The number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. You'll see the damage number go up as you add willpower. Click a star and then the green check mark to kill this enemy. Bam! The foes lying dead at your feet will regret their action if they weren't dead. 5 renown.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
So, double the tithe, I'm on. So, chapter 1. Only the sun has stopped. So basically, humans are killing humans. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eirik, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here, Eirik. It's been worse. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Gal thinks that you didn't attack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out the chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. So as you can see, I can navigate around the city now. Basically only one place, the market, which you can see here as market. This is not runic language. Definitely not. The A, for example, the R, for example, is written differently. If I find this is not a T. This is just English written in a runic form. So, this is the only thing I can go to, so I'm gonna go there. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and roaded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. I'm not in the mood today. Oh, for what? Talking to an idiot. The Scarfing's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, so when you tell me what rat danners the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try to kill you this time. I don't talk to... They don't talk to me. Eirik needs some help here. I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Hat sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? We're gonna pay him. You toss a sliver of silver on the table. Both men look at you with surprise. Hat gestures meekly to a variety of junk from his stall. Take whatever you like. Only thing I'd like is the name of a place. Nobleman, up by East Wall, but that was a month ago last I know. Hat skulks away with a wave of Eirik's hand, gathering things from his hovel. Disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? Nah, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? They look good. I'm glad you care. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Eirik, that man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust that, but he used to be scoffing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old hounds, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall. Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What a luxury. Come on, you've already mopped up worse today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. So, this is the mead house. Normally the first place I would go to. Now I can go there. And nowhere else I see. Options of days of supplies. I have great moral, yeah, and I am not very much renowned. See that thing in the background here? This needle. I wonder if we go there. You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. A few minutes later, Eirik appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eirik says over his shoulder. Ready? You're walking through the front door. They ran to a meat house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eirik is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken Scarfing scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and meat steins in the process. Well, this is going to be a battle again, isn't it? Oh, here we go. This man seems disinterested. The first thing I see. So, yeah, big fireplace. Still standing at the edge. So, this is the new guy. 12 and 10, that's good. 9 and 8 is not so good. 7, 15, and 11, 9. Okay. These are 5, 8, 6, 6, 5, 8, 5, 8, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and 5, 8. Okay. I don't know. I don't really want to. Yes, stone wall. I'm going to go here. Stone wall. Blocks 3 damage per hit. Okay, gonna do that. This is a sub leader, okay. Oh, he really tried hard to do this. Okay, so let's go here. I'm going to rally him. He gets more willpower. Let's do this. What can he do? So he can either break his shield or hurt him. I'm gonna hurt him for 5. Bam! Yeah, resisted again. Okay, so we're gonna corner them here. Also resisted. That is utterly funny, man. Gonna do 7 damage to this guy. Ooh, that hurt, didn't it? So, let's see. How am I going to do this? This is the only guy I can reach, but I can kill him. Which I will do. See, if I use my 2 willpower, I get the 3 that should kill him. Bam! And he's dead. Okay, he broke my shield. So I can do 3 to that, 3 to that. Attack this guy. 2. No, let's put this armor down. Ow! That hurt! How dare he! So this guy is utterly strong. He will attack this guy, kill him instantly. Yeah, can kill this guy. Bam! Hey, they're going after him. I have to do something here. How much does he have? 7 and 8, okay. Gonna rally him. Okay. So I can deal 4 damage to this guy, 5 damage to this guy. I'll do so. Bam! Damn it, I would like to move faster with him, but I can't. This is not good. I need to finish these guys off, and fast. So... I can easily kill him. Who's this guy? This guy. And then this guy. This guy. And this guy. So I'm gonna just kill this guy. Bam! Dead. Yeah, he attacks me, that's okay. As long as he doesn't attack my shield man. What's next? This guy, okay. No, you're gonna die. Die! Oh, I can promote him now. If I could ever get to it. 6-8, 6-6. Four of your points are gone. Ow! That got them hurt. Okay, let's see. Who's next? After him. This guy is next, okay? I'm really going after this guy. Where can I go? I can only go here. I'm gonna kill him. Done. Okay. This is rather bad. Because this guy is going to kill this guy. There's no way to save him, goddammit. Oh wait, I can do 6 damage to him. I could do 7 damage to him. 6 damage is enough. Bam! Ah, damn it, he killed him anyway! Ah, fucking pillage! You see? Ah, there was no way I could why couldn't I save this guy? Okay. Now you're gonna rest. Because you're going to kill him. Ah, damn it! I lost a man! Eric is ready for promotion, Gunnoff is ready for promotion. That's good, but I lost a man. Completely unnecessary. 10 renown. Wow. Ah! Stupid pillage round, I tell ya. And there they are. Gods be damned, I've got to wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's window onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Wagnir. Next for Val Kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Ah, things makes a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Volgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeeper's bar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic smirk and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Master man, this is annoying me. Well, as you can see, we can reach the woods. This is a lot of ships. Look at that. There is this strange picture with a axe, and then there's a horn on the ships. See that? Wagner. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind you recall a much younger version, tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. God, Zubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old, and if there is Wagner, there must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid, old jocks. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Yonder demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Arberang, in fact. I'm glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yeah, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. And you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances I'd drink a week away, but... let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is that the prince is a delight to behold. Where's Morger? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few. Others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Morger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Yeah. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place of sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. So I see. Now I can select either here, here, or hall. Gotta go here. Sorry about that. Gonna here, Hakon. Scrivener. You find Hakon in a meat house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Wall, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Wagner's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Huh. Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yogg-Fort, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Harkon. Harkon let slip a low chuckle. Any Val could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting his way through Dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grafheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. So, very sympathetic. Okay. So, let's visit the king. The son of the king. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Vognir? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Vognir a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grafheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tithe to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. A Val historian? Uh-huh. Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you are uncertain. Maybe both. A formality, mostly. Vognir came to our capital in Arberang, and now we go to the vast capital in Grafheim to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men and Varl. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damn cold up here. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. So, all that is left is the Great Hall, I guess? Oh, there he is. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply letters. All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eirik had anything to do with that. Plus 20 right now. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir is already here. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Morgir steps forward, Vognir's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We're ready. You follow Morgir and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think? And here we go. This is where we are, Strand, and this was the watchtower over here. There is this old tower thingy here. Second day. There's another light, fire, whatever, notice light. Which here seems like a city over there, Vetterfell, if I read this correctly. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Morger, cracking open meat casks. From our gracious friend, the Governor Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the meat is passed throughout the camp. I'm gonna toast to Wagner. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between man and Varl. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually you sit down beside Wagner. Thanks for the speech, swears Wagner. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Morger. I thought the damn governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? He tried. Then he asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, turns out. I'd have given the job to you too. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Ludin? Hopefully the boy goes back to Arborang on his own, and I can take out some frustration on Dredge or something. Starting to sound like Harkon. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Ha ha! Don't you miss the fight, Ubin? You down your meat instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Dredge. But this... Pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be, warriors would follow you for what you've done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Val. They've always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stares into the campfire, lost in thought. We leave him to it. Okay. You rise groggily, the campsite a casualty of merriment. Morger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudged Wagner. You need it. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grafheim? Ah, we're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, we'll show you on a map. So, this discussion was absolutely necessary, yeah? Okay, but it opens up the map so you can learn. Okay, the world map. World map. Click and drag the map to look around. A portrait icon shows where your caravan is in the world. You can also click on any location to get some history about it. When you're done with the map, click the X at the bottom of the screen. So, we came over the South Bridge. Before ship trade became popular, the South Bridge at Strand was the single most contentious location in the human territories, often choked with bodies of the fallout from merchants and bandits, as well as the occasional Varl, until the governor of Strand started charging exorbitant tolls for goods to pass here, driving traders to the waters instead. As close as anything comes to a bastion of racial tolerance, both men and Val compete to scratch out a living in this, the biggest trade city along the west coast. Many people still believe the god Dengle still watches over it, granting good fortune. So, the Karlsfjord. The fjord splitting off into Val territory was named after Karl, the only Val to ever become governor of Strand, albeit for only a short time before the title returned to the human families whose ancestors originally built the city. The right foot. The left and right foot of Dangle Bay are said to be where the god Dangle himself stood when he created the thriving trade city of Strand. Others suggest it's where he stood while taking less noble actions upon the land. Okay. Then are used to navigate the long coastal markets by merchants and visitors. Okay, it's the same. Left and right. Of Dangle's Bay. High above Strand sits a stone for Dangle, the god of good fortune, who many believe still watches this bay as longships laden with silver and furs sail to and from the thriving trade city. Ridge Horn. One of the 6 horns built into the foot of the long ridge. Ridge Horn looks out over Dangle's Bay and Strand, built at the time where dredge regularly emerged from the deep fjords nearby, threatening commerce. Over time the dredge diminished near Ridge Horn, then stopped altogether, the fort falling to disuse. So this is the needle-like tower that I saw in the back, right? So the Red River. Some historians have speculated that the Red River was simply a counterpart to the Blue River, named by unimaginative explorers. Anyone who fought in the First Great War could tell you that it's where the wall and mankind came to an impasse, neither side able to get a foothold, the river so full of corpses that it ran red. I never saw that, or something like that, but I know that this is fact. That many a times in human history, we have actually managed to make the waters of a river drenched red. Not one of our proudest achievements. Hoon. The long snowfields, tall mountains, and sparse woods of Hoon used to be the gathering place of dredge during the Second Great War. As Varl pushed them ever northward, they took the land and settled it themselves, preferring the cold expanses of the warm, busier lands of men to the south. Now the entire territory is almost entirely Varl. This is the homeland, right? Or one of lands. So, as I see it, we're gonna have a decision here sooner or later if we go the wandering path or this one. But first of all, we will go here. Weatherfell. Bad weather. The gales that blow in front of the bay and around the mountain peaks keep Weatherfell in a generally unpleasant state. What really cemented the name was the kind of person who would live there, man cast out from Strand for one reason or another, with nowhere else to go. Oh, lovely. Last Gate. The crossing of the small bridge leading from Weatherfell onto the Wandering Road marked a small but significant moment in which the Varl truly separated itself from humanity and searched from their own lands. So they lived together at one point. The Wandering Road. At the end of the First Great War, the Wall had more to contend with than mankind to the south. Above the Bratterbrek peaks the lands quarreled with furious war-minded dredge. The first Varl king, Einar, led the entire Varl race across the snowy fields of the Wandering Road, sweeping away dredge as they went before forming the first Varl kingdom at Einartoft, which would be here. Einartoft. The home of the first Varl king Einar, who carved his empire into the crook of the Bratterbrek and Wormskull mountains. The Varl fortress, hewn into the rock itself, eclipses all but the greater accomplishments in the north. This is the Bratterbrek, yeah? Bratterbrek Peaks. When the first Varl warriors trudged north to discover new lands, the Bratterbrek Peaks were thought to be the edge of the world. Their summits often disappear into the clouds, and unlike other mountain ranges, a path through was never found. That is until the Wall King Einar had the Bura Pass built, a bridge that takes 3 days to cross. That sounds fun. Bura Pass. At Einartoft, the first Wall King found himself unable to push further into the north, cut off by a vast gorge at the crook of the Wormskell Mountains. He had built a bridge of such massive construction that it takes nearly 3 days to cross on foot. As the legend goes, the Wall only managed to build it by filling the gorge with the bodies of dredge and working atop them. Yeah, this sounds like the kind of bridge that I really don't want to cross. Wormskell Mountains. The land's longest range of mountains, it was observed, resembled something like the spine of an impossibly large worm, each of its numerous peaks just one of many invincible scales. This idea, of course, didn't come about until the first maps were drawn. Before that, it was simply called the Far Mountain. So, we either go this and the bridge, or the Hanged Man. A curious formation of a peak straddled on 2 sides by natural passes. The singular snow-capped summit between them stands lonely and alone. To Schleet? Schleet. One of the forts built by the Wall into the relentless fush to hold back the dredge. Via that wall would eventually be replaced by Stonehorn to the north. Schleet stood for a long time as one of the few strongholds keeping the dredge at bay. Stonehorn. Construction of Stonehorn was difficult in the frozen ice near Silverstone, and not particularly useful either, as most dredge who found their way to Schlitt or Fastirsetter came from the Valsmarch itself, or the Long Reach. Still, the Wall King Skrymir ordered it built, and though it sits lower than any other horn, it took twice as much stone to remain standing. Fastirsetter. Fastirsetter, one of the Val strongholds integral in pushing the dredge back into Val Kaljökull. Fastirsetter was briefly considered the Val's capital, until Arnfinnur, second Val King, insisted they push further northward. Even still, many renowned Wall clans fill its hall. The way would go better for Hangsman and Schleet, and then south of Fastirsetter into the King's Barrow. The King's Barrow. Not within stone crypts, but in the fields before Grofheim are laid to rest the greatest warriors and kings of the Wall, where all who come and go from the great city may see them. All Wall consider it an honor and a duty to one day be buried in the graves of King's Barrow, where their bones become the stone of the Valsmarch. The Valsmarch. The Valsmarch, cradle of Grofheim, is named such for the belief that each wall of worth buried in the King's Barrow becomes the bones of the mountain, eventually forming a new peak along the range. The size of each peak, it was said, would vary, depend on the worth of the wall. A moving mountain range. That's earthquakes and no mistake. The 2 spears. An unusual gap in the Valsmarch Mountains looked like 2 great spears at a gate. For decades it became a bloody corridor between the Val forces and the dredge to the north, until the second Val King, Arnfinnur, endeavored to build a sprawling fortress here, which would eventually become Grofheim, the Val capital. Grofheim. The last home of the Val and seat of their power, founded by Arnfinnur, the second Val King. Though the Wall have moved around a lot, most consider Grofheim their capital. The deeds of Wall are honored here, and all warriors of worth are buried at the foot of the 2 spears, where they are said to become part of the Valsmarch itself. So, yeah, there's hundreds of other locations, as you can see. But I'm not going to read them all now. I think we're going to read them once we get nearer them. So I guess it's quite set that we will either go here and over the bridge, which I would not like, or north of Schleet and Fastirsetter we go to Friendly Lands. I don't think... I mean, this is Friendly Land, definitely. This is Einerdorf. But this... I don't like going over a bridge of 3 days. It makes, you know... Call me claustrophobic. Call me claustrophobic, but imagine a bridge of 3 days. Now, we head north, then east past the forts. Gruff and far from Strand. Going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Luden. Why not take the ships to Skirmestead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad though. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skirmestead. A half-sunken city crawling with dredge twins. Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Ludin exhales through the nose. A poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes. This is outside. Tent flaps? Barking at his company in the distance. This is not a discussion in a tent. It's snowing. It's background. It's outside. Don't poke the elm till Vognir. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Ludin's got a shorter wick than Haken. Thanks, Vognir. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vedderfell, if we're lucky. Yeah. We're quite in. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel you can enter camp at any time by clicking the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in town, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. So there will be, like, war? I mean, this means, like, not only the single combat? Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Click leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back to the road. Click on the hero's tent. We will. Click on a unit to view stats, promotes ranks, and learn about abilities. Okay. So I think I can raise him, right? I can promote him. Confirm. Yes. The Warhawk uses his massive weight to sweep his weapon around himself. Okay. Heavy impact. Tempest. Hitting a large target like a wall or a dredge who takes up 4 tiles can potentially cause an impact across many more victims than hitting a single square target. So heavy impact is better on big creatures. So I get 2. Let's see what this is. This ability, armor, strength, willpower, exertion, and break. And stats and max character. Okay. Lore is where you go to learn more about this character. Kills needed. Okay. So Laura. Gunnulf. When Ubin became the Wall King's tax collector, he was given an entourage of bodyguards to help transport gold collected across Hoon. Gunnulf is the only one from the original group still alive, and for good reason. Okay. This was... Wait, this was... Exertion. Oh, the amount of willpower you can use on any given tax. No, let's not do that. Let's do shield. And this. Yes, this is good. So every strike of his breaks to shield, right? For Sure, this. Or just to... Let's do 2 shield. 2 shield is okay. I think this guy is going to be my go-to guy. This is... Ludin is a spearmaster. The Prince of Men, the next in line to become king of most of the continent. He's not well liked amongst either peers nor rivals, mostly due to his highborn attitude. However, not many will claim that he isn't smart, a well-trained fighter, or lacking courage. That's all 3. That's completely okay. Fuck it if you don't get liked. These 3 things make a good, you know, courage, smart, good fighter. Stop complaining. Could be worse. He currently finds himself somewhat against his will on a visit to the Var capital, what his father hopes becomes a new era of rule by lineage. Harkon is something of a legend in Var culture. When he met Wagner, he was during the Second Great War, in which the two became known for cutting his way through the edge where others were struggling just to stay alive. Wagner was always a charismatic leader, but there was no question about which of the two would win in a fight. So he's a strong fighter. Okay. Morgul. An old hand in Val culture, long at the front line of the fight against the Dredge. He's had the occasional brush with leading a clan of his own, but eventually settled well into commanding Wagner's personal army of Val warriors and is highly respected among them. So they all need kills to rise up. Okay. Oh, I can change the turn order here. Okay. Have any items? I don't have any items. Items would be down here. Okay. Okay, so only one level 2. The rest is level 1. Except, despite them being legends amongst Wall. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a training round and then that's going to be it. What was that? Okay, here we go. Training tent allows you to test your party against a team of clansmen of equal power. Training fights never injure your allies or grant renown, but they do let you test strategies in safety. Trainer will give hints about playing effectively and has something to say about each ability. Come here to test out new characters as they do. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Click end training to stop the battle at any time. So I'm fighting a big guy and a kiddo. Let's do the logical thing and go to the little guy first, right? I think I'm gonna send him towards the giant. Oh, I can do that, okay. Ouch. Okay. This guy is freakishly strong. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, I heard him. And now he's going to be hurt more when he moves now, right? So I can break his shield by 1. Damn it, I didn't want to do that. Oh, that hurt. Gonna move him up here. I need somebody. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Bam. Whoa. That hurt as well. Yeah, go there. Impale that guy. And he's dead. Yeah. Feared as much. Okay, I'll break his shield for one. Okay, so let's see what this thundering impact does. This 4 times attack is extremely crazy. So let's break his shield, right? Yes. So you get shield when you hit somebody, right? I'm only at 4 of 15. I'm gonna lose this guy as well. Kidding me, man. Ow! God damn it. Yeah, but I'm gonna kill this guy now. Bam! And I'm losing this guy as well. Are you kidding me? Heavens above, I'm losing 2 guys. Hurt you. Going here. They say of equal strength, right? Dead. Holy smokes. We have to practice this some more. I'm quite sure I can at least make it up with 3 guys. I mean, they're exactly the same strength, but 50% loss is a little bit too much for me. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna call it a day here. We are going to continue this later on. And first impression, I like the atmosphere, I really do. It's pacing up slowly, but the fights are quite challenging as far as I can see it right now. And yeah, the story about, you know, God's dead son is just standing in the sky now and not doing anything anymore. And then the new lineage, you know, this is bound to end in some sort of tragedy, either from an outside source or from inside or both. We're gonna see. Gonna see how the story develops. I am quite hopeful for it. So, anyway, I'm going to see you guys next time. Take care. And, yeah, bye.